glad we're back.
Hi, we are back. We are back. We are
We are
back.
back. We will be back for a minute. Okay.
Yes,
We've
yes,
been on vacation. It's
yes, we
summertime.
did. Look, we still got our vacation here.
Girl, for real. And mine is looking kind of frizzy, but I don't
Whew.
care.
Girl,
Anyway, hi y'all. We
what
just
your
want to
name
say
is?
what's your name? My name is Jamie,
And I'm Sonia.
and we are
Why?
why
Because
because
we
we
said
said
so.
so. We did better this time. We
Yeah,
getting it together.
it's
We
because
getting
we
it.
were actually in person with each other. We got a little, you know,
Yes.
little sync going.
Connection. A little connection. Anyway, welcome back. I'm so glad for those that are joining us. I hope all of you come back. Our regulars come back and talk to us. We really did miss you all, but I
We
mean
did.
schedules were crazy. Schedules were crazy, and so we didn't want to be half behinding it.
You said it right. And y'all, when we got back, we really was going to do it last week, but I promise you, when that jet lag hit,
Baby,
it did not let go.
baby, it hit hard. And so it was like sleep at crazy times and wake up doing this, going. And I was like, girl, are we doing the show today? And she was like, girl, no, I think I was like, I don't think we should do it. And she was like,
Right. You was
I
like,
was
I'm in
about
my
to tell you.
pajamas. I'm like, girl, I was asleep when your text came through.
So we are back though. So I hope
Yes.
so. Tell a friend, and we are really back. We're gonna be here for a minute. I don't have any vacation until August, and Sonia,
It's flying to Detroit in a couple of weeks, but we'll still
we
be
can
here. I
still
have
do
no
it.
Wednesday vacation schedule.
Yeah, we're trying to work around the Wednesdays. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, what are we talking about?
Okay. So this we actually Jamie and I are like the worst, but we're okay. Here we go.
That is a whole fact.
Right. So I just saw this because at first I was thinking about talking about something else, but then I saw this come up on my Facebook. So for some of you who know who DDG and Halle Bailey is, so she has filed for 100% custody of their son. What she is saying is that back in January that he chipped her tooth, he hit her, he grabbed her hair, and that he hit her head on a steering wheel in a car. Now, mind you, this is just me. I've seen the boy with the little boy since all of this happened. And this is
Yeah.
just kind of weird to me that it's coming up now because now she wants to get sole custody of the little boy. Not to say it didn't happen, y'all. Let me say domestic violence is
Right.
horrible. I don't
Right.
know if it happened or not, but it's just odd to me how it's starting to play out now.
Yeah.
'Cause this happened in January, according to her.
Well, let me say this. I don't even know if I want to say it.
Say it. We'll be in
Because
trouble.
they showed a picture. I just saw a picture. Me and Sonya have not even discussed this
Nope.
prior to coming on. I just saw a picture prior to coming on of her when she posted it back in January. She was showing her teeth. You know, how people got, I broke my tooth. She has a lot of calcium down there that will make your teeth. So
I
I
see that. I'm looking at the picture now.
it's a lot of calcium at the bottom. That little when your teeth are really really white at the in certain areas, that's like calcium stuff, I think, and that will make your teeth chip. Not to say that did not happen. I don't know. It's just domestic violence is absolutely horrible. People do not talk about it. I get that. It's just like with molestation. People don't talk about it. They don't talk about it for a number of reasons.
Right.
And probably they don't even know why they don't talk about it half the time. I was one of those that didn't tell. And then later on, I'm like, why am I keeping silent? So you tell it. But, if let's say this is true, because I'm a believer of you got to prove that it happened before you just condemn a person. Innocent until proven guilty. Let's say that it's true. He did not do anything to his child, so he needs to be able to see his child. I think people take it lightly about snatching children from parents, and that's not cool.
Right.
You should not snatch. If you and him or you and her, if you all don't get along, I hear you. Stay away, but do not. Kids, you talk to any kid that was not raised around their parents, and it's a horrible situation. They feel rejected. They have all of these traumatic thoughts and stuff a lot of times. So don't take the child away from the parent. You don't go near him. You don't ever have to go near him. But I
Right.
don't think he would hate his child because he's been getting his child through all of this.
Right.
So, and you never said he came back and hurt his child. So if he didn't hurt his child, then just go ahead and do joint custody. And I always advise people of this anyway, especially when people have kids and they're not married. Let me tell you, get joint custody out the gate. When y'all happy, laughing, jumping up and down, ooh, we got a baby. Because when the time comes that y'all can't stand each other,
It's
then
coming.
it's coming. Then the paperwork is already in place. We have joint custody. It's easy to get joint custody when we still smiling and laughing and looking at little baby like, oh, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Right.
But when stuff gets bad, the paperwork is in place. I try to tell that to every single non-married parent.
Right.
Go get joint custody.
So Lisa is on and she said, what are we talking about? So we're talking about the fact that
Oh
in
Lord, this is her
I
field.
know this is her thing. That's why why I'm about to go back over it. That in January, allegedly DDG chipped Halle Bailey's tooth and pulled her hair, and she was able to get a restraining order against him just this month. I guess this was just like yesterday that this happened, and she is requesting sole custody of their son. So we've just been talking about, you know, she made a video like the day after it happened and showed everybody. She said she chipped her tooth, and it was like a little small chip on her tooth, and she said that he slammed her face into the steering wheel.
Right.
And so in the pictures that she posted and the video, like all you see is like a little bitty chip on her tooth. There's no bruising. I don't know if you would have any or if
And
she
that's
had
what the
makeup
and
on
that's
or
what
something.
the comments. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but while it's
No,
on my
go
mind,
ahead.
real quick, that's what a lot of the comments are saying. It's like you don't have any bruising. You said he slammed your face down and all of that. Again, he's innocent until proven guilty. People, you cannot crucify the man until proof has come out. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. And I was just letting her know that I was just giving it the recap to Lisa of
Right.
that's what we were talking about, and the fact that so the girl whose video post that I saw, she talked about several ladies who in Hollywood, when they wanted to get full custody of their kids when they broke up with the guys, that was the first thing they would say is that the person abused them, domestic abuse. I don't think they ever got, even because of it, they never did get full custody of their child. So she cited people like Jeannie Mai and Kiki Palmer.
Right.
And even though like people had come out and said that Kiki has always been the aggressor in the relationships and things,
Right.
but neither one of them ended up getting full custody of their child. So I don't know why they use. Maybe it's true. I don't know. But to me, if somebody had done something to me that broke my tooth or whatever, I'm going to tell that. I'm not going to go on the thing and say, I just want to tell y'all I chipped my tooth. I went to the dentist. I chipped my tooth. And then that's it.
Well, the thing is, like I said, a lot of people don't tell that they're being abused, of course. A lot of people don't tell that they've been molested, of
Well,
course.
that's true.
My thing is this: don't say nothing. We're not in your house. You got money. Go to the dentist, get it fixed, move on. I think that's where people are having a problem. You came and said it was chipped, and then you come back 3, 4 months later saying he did it. So that's where people are. I mean, because of course the comments are all over the place.
Right.
Yeah, we figured he was beating her butt, and then she don't have no proof, she lying. So the comments are all over the place,
Right.
as they will be. We know that's gonna happen, but you're telling stuff that don't need to be told until it needs to be told. Like at that point, I would keep my mouth shut until I'm ready to go and say, this is what he did. You didn't have to show a chip tooth. You know what I'm saying? Like if my tooth got chipped, I wouldn't be on here going, girl, my tooth is chipped.
And it was
Because
really like if you didn't say anything, the chip itself was so small,
right,
like you
right,
wouldn't even notice that it was a
right.
chip tooth. But not to say that that's okay, y'all. Let
Oh
me
no, it's not
always
okay
put
by
this
no
out
means.
here. I'm never saying
Right.
that domestic violence is okay.
Correct. Correct. Absolutely. I mean, no, it's never okay. But it's surely if whether it happened or not, again, we have no idea. Whether it happened or not, I still don't think that you should take the child away from its father or the child away from its mother unless there is abuse towards the child. Now, I have no specialty in this. Lisa does. So she could probably shed some insight on that part. But for me as a parent and for me as hearing, all these stories of kids that's not being raised with their parent and all of that, they have problems. They really have a lot of problems. And though we don't see the problems, they do have them, and later on in life when they mention what happened and how they felt and all of that, well, where is my mom? Why didn't my mom show up? Why didn't my dad come? He didn't care enough about me. All of this stuff, when I think we need to remove ourselves and focus on the child. Focus on the child, not focus on whatever foolery we're going through. Because what'll happen is later on, now y'all getting back together and everybody looking like, what the heck just happened?
You know what I'm wondering now? Because and this would be something, and maybe one day we could just get Lisa to come on with us. Because I'm curious if a judge does grant a person full custody of a child because of violence against them, but not against the child. So, like the child, all you've ever seen, you've never said that he was a danger to the child
Right.
or anything. All you said was that he was a danger to you. So,
Right.
would a judge, with that being the case, would a judge normally give full custody to one parent?
Right.
I wonder about that. Cause
Lisa, can
like,
you answer that?
cause people, I don't know if she's still here, but I know she. Oh, she said the abuser needs anger management and trauma informed care.
But Lisa, if you're still here, does
Yeah,
do
that
the
was Lisa just said that.
I know, but I'm saying, but does that mean that the kid is taken away until he gets that? I mean, like, what does that look like? Because I might not like the mama or the daddy. I might not like the daddy, but as a female, I might not like the daddy, but I don't think that it's fair to take the child away from the father. I just
No,
don't think so. You know, my
And
my, my
honestly, he seems like he is a really good and involved dad, because if you ever see, like, I'm not like, I don't follow them, but for some reason, this little kid, I guess because his name is Halo, every time either she has him or he has him, it just always comes up on my timeline.
feed.
So
Yeah.
I look at him because the little boy, to me, the little boy looks just like his mom. So he's just like,
Right.
he's different looking to me, because it just, like, that face on the little boy is just like a different look for me. So I just like to look at him to see what he gonna do, because he's very like engaged. You know,
Right.
he's smart little boy. So I just always watch him, and he always see, and and people just be making like dumb comments because they're like, well, he only was with her to get the come up. He only got her pregnant to get the come. And I'm like, if this boy didn't have something going on, he would have never even been in a circle to meet her.
Right.
He had to have his own stuff going on for
Right.
them to even be in the same room together.
Right.
Otherwise, they
Right.
would have never, gotten contact. But it's like they've just been against him from the very beginning in this whole relationship, because they've always felt like that she was so much better than him. And it's like, do you know this person? Like all of us, we know what we see on the screen. We know what we see on social media, but we don't know these people. And I
So I
swear
just,
we make these judgments about who the good one, who the bad one, and
right.
and what's true and what's not, just because of what we think we know in social media, and we have no idea how these people are.
Right. So I just Googled what is his net worth, and they said his net worth is 8 million, and they said hers is estimated to be around 3.
Good.
That's what it reads on Google.
So
So yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
both of us said it.
yeah, yeah.
Wait a minute. So he's in the right room.
Right.
Look,
He's yeah. He is not
so
hanging on to her for that.
yeah, I mean that's what Google says. Now I don't look. I don't know if it's right or wrong. I'm just telling you what I Googled and it just came up. That's it. But
But I do.
that does not justify him hitting her if he hit her.
Right.
It definitely doesn't justify her taking his child away from him. I think that, people, we chime in. That's what we do. You
Yep.
put the stuff on social media. Everybody's going to form their own opinion about it. I always want to come across as fair whenever I talk about someone else's business. God
And
forbid.
we do.
Yeah, and we do. Why? Because we live. No,
There you go.
right. But I just think taking the child away from his dad is it's going to affect the child. And if your child is everything to you like we say they are, then we have to do what's better for the child.
Yep.
Start thinking about in real life how a person's going to be as a child, as a parent. Quit just having baby. Have all the sex you want. Trust me, I feel you. Lord have mercy. God.
I ain't touching that one.
Jesus took my husband, y'all. But have all the sex you want. Really. Don't have the baby. Babies do not make a man stay. All it's gonna have you with a child by yourself, and you are not gonna be happy. Trust me, because kids are hard. It is hard raising a child, especially raising one by yourself. Have all the sex. Get on birth control and have a condom. Because trust me when I tell you, especially for young people, who was the guy? Who was the guy that said, oh, it was him, the DDG guy. I don't even know this guy. But it was him, I think, that said, this was more than I bargained for.
Yeah, he did.
He said that when the baby came.
It was a lot for him to be in a relationship and to be a dad at the same time. And that's basically how they ended up breaking up.
Right. That was him. Look at that. Because it is a lot more, especially when you 20-some years old. It is a lot. I mean, like running around, having a baby, trying to steal. He's an influencer. So that means he always have to be putting stuff on the internet and all of that. And influencers make a lot of money. So you always got to produce
8
content.
million worth.
Thank you. You always got to create content. So you're busy trying to do this. Now you got a girlfriend. Now you got a baby. It's a lot. So when he said that and people tried to beat him up and, well, not literally, but, people, I think that's ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. It's reality. When you've never had a child, having one, it's a lot of work. It's more than you bargained for. Trust me. It is more than putting them on cute clothes and standing them in front of a camera going, look at my baby.
Oh,
Behind
okay.
closed.
She said, not taking can be greater danger. I think your nephew for sure has been hurt, but better without his mama and daddy.
What is that? Say that again.
I think Lalisa was saying that if he doesn't take those type of classes, it can be a greater danger.
Oh, for it. Well, the court will probably tell him to take it now.
Right.
The courts would probably say you don't have a choice but to take it if you want to get the baby. But I just think that's terrible to even try to take a baby away from its parent. I don't care who it is. I really don't. I don't care who it is. I've been in situations like that, kind of sort of where, parent wasn't around, and you have to. I think it's so important that you try to cultivate the relationship. I mean, for instance, Jazz and Trey. Jazz raised 3 of Trey's kids. The oldest boy, he didn't come as a baby, but he came later in school years, and then the other 2 were in elementary school. We always made sure the parents were included in, the moms were included in everything. You cannot separate. I don't care how angry you are with them. You picked him to have a baby with, baby.
Right. And just because a person makes a bad boyfriend or husband doesn't mean they make a bad father.
Say that again. Say that again.
And that's what it is.
That is a whole fact. We have got to quit demonizing a father because he is not the best boyfriend.
Oh, here we go. I only read a part of Lisa's comments. Here we go.
Yeah, because I was really confused.
I know, I'm sorry I confused you. So she said, so we asked about the judge and what he would do. And she said yes and no. It depends on the judge and the full story. And she says, I have a 4-year-old that just told me yesterday, my daddy choked my mama till she went to sleep. And then she said, I have a staff member that finally spoke up. He beat and drug her through the house in front of his young son. That young son's mama should have full custody because look what her son sees with his father. And then she was just saying, not taking it can be dangerous. I think your nephew for sure has been hurt, but better without his mama and daddy. So, I think in their case, I don't think the son, the little boy, has seen anything that's gone on between the parents. It's just basically been just some stuff that happened between them. And I'm curious as to why, and I know this sounds weird, is why were they even in the car together? Because, like, this was in January, so they have supposedly been broke up for a long time. And I'm just really curious as to where y'all going? Just y'all 2 together. Where y'all going? Look, all in their business.
But
I'm like, where they going?
Exactly. Y'all ain't even together. But I think a lot of times, I think that both of them need parenting classes. I think the judge or whoever is over the case should say both of you need parenting classes because they're not together anymore. So he will not be witnessing any abuse because we're not together. So there will be no abuse because I won't be around you. Drop my child off at grandma's house or whatever, and I'll get my kid and we'll keep it moving. So people that are going through stuff like that, set up guidelines, but don't be so angry with the other person. And now let's back up for a second. Let's be clear. The stuff that Lisa sees is, I don't think, I mean, this is not
She
to that
just said,
character.
come sit in court with her, and we
Negative.
said,
Negative. I would never. I could not even, I would dream about that kind of stuff. It would never. That's why I don't watch bad movies. I don't watch kill people movies. They could say one person got killed. I'm like, no, I don't watch it, because that stuff lives in me and I worry about it, and it's actors. So I know doggone well I'm not going to go sit in the court and actually witness this. I would go, I mean, literally, I could not handle it. I know me. I would be crying. My kids would be like, what is wrong with this woman? Then the other day I went to court. Why would you do that? I mean, like, no
like,
one.
you don't even know
Anybody,
these people, Mama. I know, but I just can't.
girl, I watched 2 seconds of Power talking to Jasmine and went to sleep and had terrible nightmares. I mean, nightmares. I
Yeah, you
can't
don't
even
need
do
to
it.
go. You don't
I
need to
can't
go.
do it. Oh no, 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 no. I know what's good for me. I'm like, I salute you, Lisa, and those like you that can do that. I don't know how you do it for all the years that you've done it. My heart goes out to you because this has to be hard, but no. I am hoping that this girl does not experience anything like that. I don't think her thing is to that degree, but what I'm gonna give my 30 seconds now.
Yes, go ahead and give you 30 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, please know the person you're having a child with. Have all the sex you want. But when you have a child, you should be connected to that person on another realm. You can't just be sex partners and now we're going to have a baby. Yeah, kids are, it's important. It's crucial. They need all the upbringing and the love and the nurturing that you can present to them. And just having a baby thinking, it doesn't matter. It's my baby. It's not a baby doll. So that's not how that goes. So please know know the daddy or the mama, know the grandparents, know the village before you pop out with a kid. This is crazy. I mean, I'm on the internet all day, all night, and when I read the stories about what people go through, it's unreal to me.
It is.
It is really ridiculous, all because the person wasn't vetted that you had the baby back, the mama or the daddy. Vet these people. Don't just run around having babies with people you don't even know their middle name, let alone their mama or daddy. You know, I mean, we have got to take some accountability. You know, if he's hitting her now, he ain't just started hitting her.
And see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Do you have that? See, that's what I think that was the thing that the person who made the post was actually talking about. And that with the people that I said, like Jeannie Mai and Kiki, and like, it
Yeah.
did, because they never said anything about any, or even had any evidence of
Right.
any abuse until after they had broke up, until it became a custody issue with these babies. So that's
Right.
why you have to be so very careful with who you choose and to watch that kind of stuff. So what is really going on?
Right. And if you're doing it, let me tell you, if you are doing it for the sake of I want custody, so I'm gonna say he hit me, you are, hopefully he will sue you and get custody. Because that would be ridiculous. Don't just go lying, running around saying that people are abusing people, you know, because people don't wait and see for the proof at all. They just all of a sudden, oh, he's canceled because he hit her. We don't, just like with Chris Brown and Rihanna. Okay, I done went past the 30 seconds. Now I'm on to another topic. Sorry. Look, just like Chris Brown and Rihanna, when everybody wanted to cancel Chris Brown, and then when Rihanna come out and say, well, shoot, I really hit him first. I mean, like, girl, like, come on. Like, you know, guys are only going to take so much. People say, oh, my son would never hit a woman. Girl, you see somebody beating on your son, you going to tell him, knock her butt on the ground and walk away. You know, you can't always get away. People act like, well, just walk away. It's a girl. Girls hit hard. Girls can bust your head. Girls can kill you. So
Yeah.
if you hitting on, if you doing that, if you hitting on him, because I did see something, I didn't save it because God forbid, I didn't even know we was talking about this today, when somebody said that she had hit him, and I got to find that, and if I do, I'm gonna send it to you so you can clip it. But what she had hit him, and I was like, what? Because this is the first I'm hearing about these people. Look, stop hitting these men. Men, stop hitting these women. Keep your hands to yourself. If you got a problem with anger, take your butt to anger management. You're going to end up in jail on some bull. Quit getting so angry. Oh my God, it's all crazy. These people are nuts. I mean, it's so, see how I get worked up. Heck
It's
no, I
okay.
ain't going to court.
We appreciate your 30 seconds. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank everybody for joining us. Thank Lisa for her amazing commentary. And she did share about a young lady who was shot from head to toe with her daughter in the next room. I shouldn't have shared that with you, Jamie, because I know, like you said, you're an empath. You're going to take
that
it in.
is terrible.
But she did
Yeah,
say
because
if the
now
young
I didn't
lady is
visualize
lying.
it. See, that's me. I will visualize this stuff. I mean, like literally, I'm like, oh my God. I mean, it immediately goes to my head, heart, and the whole 9 yards. It's terrible. I don't know how you do that job, Lisa, but I know someone has to do it. And I take my hat off to you, and I'm thankful that you do it because you're very compassionate and you love these children, and so I salute you. But yeah, no. Absolutely not.
Okay, I understand. And
anyway,
she did say that if the young lady is lying, or any woman is lying about it, or any man is lying about it, that they do need to be held accountable. But this is one of those things we'll just let play out, and they probably gonna end up like Kiki and Darius, and
back together.
Very, very doing very well with co-parenting their child. So
But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed our first show back in a minute. And I hope to see you all next week on why because we said so. When we hear 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that is so hard to do sometimes. But
you do it so well.
I
don't even try.
Anyway, love y'all and see
love
y'all
you
next
guys.
week. Bye.
See you next week.